All right, hello everyone. Welcome back once again to Trinity Competitive Racing. We are back with you guys once again tonight and this week with Season 12 and Round 13. But it's the Platinum class taking on Zandvoort here tonight for Round 13. This championship has been decided by Possession a couple of rounds ago, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have some really crazy racing here tonight. The Platinum class has been delivering some great excitement throughout the whole season, and with only 3 more races to go, we got to count every single second we've got left in this one. So welcome everyone, this is Blim Machine with you guys once again, and with me in the booth I have Seafreeze for another stream here. Seafreeze, how's it going?
Hello. Doing all right. Doing all right. We got the Platinum class up here back at it again after a little nice off week, and yeah, this one should be a challenging one as I witnessed last night. So I think all the drivers, hopefully they're prepared, but if not, they're gonna have some shocking spins and wrecks for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite action-filled in terms of the silver and the golden class here at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix so far this week. We've seen 5 safety cars in the silver race, and I think it was close to, was it 3 or 4 in the golden class as well? There was definitely a lot of incidents in both races, so I'm very interested to see how this Platinum class is going to do around here. What do you think, though, is the most challenging part about this track, Seafreeze?
I think it's the curbs. I really do. I think the curbs will catch you out, and I think it's possible, like, not to use them because you want to miss a lot of the curbs. But there's a bunch of curbs that if you just barely touch, they'll just spin you around. Or if you don't take the most perfect line, you know, you're not going to get the ideal lap time. So I think that is something to be aware when going around this place, but if the drivers are prepared coming in, they're going to know that. So for those who are prepared, I have no worries about them, but you know, 36 laps, you have to nail it every single lap. So one lap that you go a little bit too much on the curb, you can find yourself spinning. So I think that's the most difficult part, and then it's a lot of high risk because of the gravel traps, the close walls, the high banking, the high speed, and also the narrow track. It's hard to overtake. We're going to see mainly overtakes in the turn 1, but other than that, it's going to be very hard for overtaking. And if there is a crash, there's going to be a safety car most times.
So we've got some times on the board in qualifying already. We've got Breezy with a 110.4 on the soft tire, as well as his own teammate Apratis, both the Red Bulls up there in 1 and 2 provisionally at the moment. Apratis with a 110.7, a little bit off his teammate, but that was just their first banker lap, if you will. And as you said, around here it's very tricky, so maybe they might have touched a curb somewhere. They might get restarted and put in another lap. We do have some people trying it out on the mediums. McChicken, Chatty Duck, Bats, plus Sequit just coming out of the pits right now with a set of medium tires as well. We're watching KGB Black Angel about to cross the line, and he goes 7th at the moment with a 111.4. And the quickest person on the mediums at the moment is McChicken with a 111.2. So about 0.5 of a second, about half a second away from the guys on the softs. We've got more people trying out the medium tires here. F1 Racer, Stanley, both of them on mediums right now. Oh, and Sequid, they're having a little bit of a spin on his warm-up lap. So I'm hoping that didn't affect his tires too much there, but he's definitely going to have to deal with a little bit of extra temperature on those rears as he now opens up the DRS. We're going to jump on board with him and go for a tour of Zandvoort. Into turn 1, he comes very nicely on the brakes there, but you do have to get rotation out on the corner, and he gets a really good rotation, a really good exit. And now this one is really tricky, and the first time we see some banking around that corner. That was turn 3. That brings us out now to turns 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to have a really fast one to the right, and that's going to be turn 7. which is also go, and Sequid does not hold it together there, has a little bit of a snap off the rear end. It was still good enough for a purple second sector, even with that little bit of an off there, but he's gonna have to go again, and there we go. We see how tricky this track is and just how difficult it is to even just try and get a lap around here. I think one thing that I've heard about in practice on Monday is that setups is gonna play a massive part in tonight's race.
Yes, you want the car hooked up nicely here, and what I'm noticing is with the strategy, back on the strategy front, there's a lot more drivers today than yesterday running the mediums in qualifying. That just makes me think, is there rain in the forecast, possibly in the race? Are they trying to get to a lap number? Because you want track position around here. I think that's more valuable than the starting in 10th with the medium tire, the alternate strategy. I think you want track position coming into this race because it is so difficult to overtake. But seeing 4, 5, 6 guys on the mediums, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's watching who may be driving. Do we get a forecast? That'd be much appreciated. But that's just my thought there.
And we're watching on board now with Chargers. He was purple in Sector 1. He's not purple in Sector 2, but he is doing quite a nice job getting around this track now as he rounds up turn 12. And now coming up to the famous banking corner here, 13, and then 14 is even a better bank. And then on the exit of it, you've got the DRS zone, and Chargers looked like he was going to abort, but he's going to cross the line. Only good enough for 7th place at the moment. Who do we have here starting a lap? It's Breezy. Let's jump on board with him. Breezy starting out another lap of Zandvoort here for the Dutch Grand Prix ahead of round 13 in Season 12 of Platinum Class as he gets a really smooth run through turn 1 and 2, and now up the hill into 3, and then the first banked corner of turn 4. Trying to rotate it around there, gets a really nice rotation, and now running through 5 and 6, and now through that the really fast right-hander, turn 7. He had to downshift there, had to lay off the gas for a moment, and now getting his way through into 8 and 9. Let's see. Oh, we've got a Ferrari spun out there. Somebody has had a little bit of an issue in front of Breezy. He's currently on the provisional pole position and opens up the DRS for the first time here on the exit of turn 10, running into turn 11. Now this one is really tricky. If you ride that entry too much, or if you touch the curb on the outside, you'll be spinning out. And now just a couple more corners to go here. 13 and the big banked corner of turn 14 to finish this lap off. Let's see where this is going to put Breezy at the moment as he now crosses the line, and he improves on his own time. It's a 1:10.262, so not a huge improvement there, but he's still holding on to this pole position.
Yeah, we had a few spins. That was Cam K in the Ferrari going for a spin in the middle section, and also Professional on turn number 3, going into that, or I guess you say turn 2 into 3. Clipped that curb and spun right around the full 360. No damage though, but yeah, that definitely caught the Alfa Romeo driver out. Pradis, the other Red Bull, is on a lap. He's only 4/10 or so off of his teammate. So let's see how he's doing here. He's a 1/2 up on his time, but not purple, so he might see an improvement here through these high-speed corners. Get the nice entry onto the DRS for the little back straight. He's got his teammate. Oh, he moves out of the way. I thought there'd be a little bit of slipstream help, but I don't think it'd be much improvement. I think he's going to back out of this one. Yeah. Give it another go.
And we've got Chatty, who just finished another lap, or no, actually I think he's on a hot lap, and looks like he's got gravel on his tires, so I think he might have had a little bit of an off. McChicken in 3rd place, just came out of the pits getting ready for a hot lap. Who else do we have running around here? Bats Plus, is he running on a hot lap, or is he going back into the pits? Let's take a look as he comes around turn 14. He's going to open up the DRS wing. He is going to cross the line on this lap, and it's going to be good enough for P2. with a 110.6. Pretty massive improvement there.
He even went wide in turn 13, got a little bit too much on that exit curb. Well, I think a little bit in the grass as well. That would have slowed a lot. Probably lost a tenth or two by doing that. So it definitely has more in the tank in that AlphaTauri.
All right, let's watch here. Who else are we going to have? Sequit, where is
P2.
110.4, very nicely done there. Only a couple of tenths away from Breezy. And McChicken is going to be starting a lap here in the other Aston Martin. And he's going to start his lap now. Let's see how he does through this first sector. Into turn 1. A little bit wider than we've seen most of the other drivers, but he does get a really good exit as he now runs into 2 and 3. And a lot of drivers are going to be taking really different lines to turn 3. There's about 200 different ways you can take that one. And some of them are quicker than the others, but we will not find out until we actually check it out. There's a yellow flag in front of him. Hopefully it's not too much of trouble, as McChicken now is about to finish the second sector really wide on the curb there. Presses the brakes, and the back end says, no thank you. I'm gonna get out of here. And he goes for a spin. Oh, and takes out one of the brake boards. And yeah, he's gonna be in a little bit of trouble. How much time do we have left here? We've got 5.5 minutes and around 30 seconds, so still got time to try again. But that was very unfortunate. He was a really good lap there. Sequit is gonna abort his lap as well. He's coming into the pits. F1 Racer is at a spin on turn 13. And that was on a hot lap as well, unfortunately. So, yeah, lots of trouble already brewing.
Chargers finishing a lap here. Puts him P8 in the Mercedes for tonight. And Meb's also on a flyer. Let's see, coming into the final sector. This should be a good one by Meb. He hasn't set a time yet on the board. A crucial corner in turn 13. Oh, he did that perfectly. What an exit from the Ferrari. Takes it tight to the line, DRS. Ooh, but he's coming into the pit, so maybe he must have not maximized one of those corners in the middle sector. He decides to put a new set on that Ferrari.
Here comes 007 Professional. He's going to be crossing the line here, currently in 12th, and he makes his way up into 6th with a 110.8. Everybody switching over to those soft tires at the moment. We've got another spin, and looks like that was McChicken at the exit of, I think that was turn 9. But Chatty Duck now on the fast lap. No, not on the hot lap. I think some traffic got into his way, and he has slowed down and aborted. If he's got enough fuel on board, he might be able to go for another one. And I did hear that around here it might be actually better to go for a couple of laps before you start your hot lap. But we'll see what's going to happen if that is actually the case or not. Sir Charles did that in the silver class, and he did quite well, managing to finish in P2 in that race on Tuesday. So, yeah, we'll see all the different strategies that people are going to go for as well. I mean, if you're starting on the soft tire, you could go one stop to a hard. But with the amount of safety cars I've seen around here, it might be actually better to go for maybe a soft, medium, medium, soft, medium, soft. Some sort of a combination with that, and obviously play the safety cars to your advantage if you can. McChicken has been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location on track. And Breezy is about to start another hot lap here on a brand new, fresh set of soft tires.
And that's crucial for Mitch. I think that deletes his lap time. So he was like middle pack, now he's back pack. I think they had, yeah, he's the 14th registered, so yeah, that puts him right at the back of the field. Yeah, Breezy's on the lap now. Let's see if he can dip into the 9s, possibly. The track's going to be really ramped up at this stage. He's got his teammate right behind, but he's on an out lap.
Oh, and he's slow through Sector 1. He was half a second slower on his own time, and I think he's aborted that lap. Yeah, he's definitely slowing down, moving over to the side. And Apparatus is going to try and possibly improve on his time in a little bit here. He's at a 1:10.7 right now. Oh, and that's plus. puts himself up onto the pole position only by 0.08 of a second with a 1:10.254 versus Breezy's 2:62. So that is very, very close margins there. And if Breezy can't go for another lap in the session, that might have cost him the pole position right there. That little mistake in Sector 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go try another lap here. Had enough fuel in that car. Yeah, he just needs a marginal improvement to get back that provisional, unless someone else, like his teammate, can get out ahead.
Prattis running a really, really tight line there through turn 3. And he's going to be finishing Sector 1 here in just a moment. It's not purple, but it is 2.5 tenths quicker than his previous best. So that already puts him up into P3. If he can keep this going and bring that advantage back to the finish line, a little bit of a wiggle there as he also hit the brakes on the curb. And that will spin you out very, very quickly there as he opens up the DRS now, about to finish Sector 2. Let's see what sort of time that's going to be. That's a purple Sector 2, and he is 3.5 tenths up on his best time. If he continues at this rate, we might even see him around pole position or maybe on the front row. Here comes a Prattis. Oh, a big wiggle into turn 13, touches the gravel, and that's a big 180 spin in turn 14. And now he's going to be in the way of Breezy as well, but manages to stay out of the way there. Breezy, is he going to run to the pits? He is, and that is the best that Breezy's going to do here tonight. It's going to be P2 at best. Let's see who else is out there. Sequit is still going to get a chance to run if he can make it to the line, though. Only 20 seconds left in qualifying. I don't think he's going to be able to make it.
Yeah, we still got Meb, KGB, Sequit, possibly, yeah, but yeah, he's not going to make it to the line 10 seconds, so he will be out of qualifying, but Meb hasn't set a lap time yet. Let's see, he's coming to the end of the first sector. It doesn't show a delta because he hasn't set a lap time yet, so this could be a mystery lap. It could be a provisional. Don't count Meb out. Let's see, all fair and square. Nice on the traction, I see. This is a big corner. This is a big curve. Purple middle sector. Big curve, he misses it, and it's gonna hurt his entry a little bit and the exit. But I don't know how his first sector was. It didn't really give us. He has a great turn 13. Around the bank corner. This will set him towards the front of the grid. Let's see if it's good enough for pole. P3. Wow, very close. So yeah, he was just another tenth he needed, I think, in that corner, that little chicane. If he didn't go a little bit deep, that could have been all in it for pole.
In the dying moments of the qualifying session, Meb, with no time to his name, manages to put himself up into P3, but it's going to be Bats Plus and Breezy on that front row, with Meb in third and Sequit in fourth position. And then we've got KGB Black Angel and the Prattis in fifth and sixth, KM and Professional in seventh and eighth, and then Stanley and F1 Racer in the top 10 there. So the guys underneath the top 10, Chargers, Chatty, Zeppelin, and McChicken, will have that free choice of tires. They'll be able to do with the tires whatever they want, start on whichever compound you like, and that sort of possibly opens up the strategy in this particular game, because if an early safety car comes out, which we've seen on both occasions so far this week, yeah, I mean, that could definitely play into the hands of those guys on the medium tires who are not going to have to pit and will be able to continue on relatively fresh medium tires to much later in the race. But that is all still to come. This was only qualifying for this round 13 in Season 12 of Platinum Class here at Trinity Competitive Racing. Let's get ready for the actual race here, coming to you in just a few moments. And everybody that's joined the stream, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and throw in some more comments into the chat. There really hasn't been any coming in just yet, so yeah, let us know if you have any predictions for the race, if you have any questions for any of the drivers, or myself or Seafreeze, or yeah, just feel free to say hello.
They must be scared of you, Blinn.
I know, I'm so intimidating.
Oh, hold on. Why do we got Mazepin, we got Tsunoda on the grid. What are all these people doing on my grid here?
They were getting jealous, you know. TCR has been doing so well that they said, you know what, Platinum class doesn't have enough drivers. Norris, Latifi, Mazepin, Tsunoda, Russell, and Bottas.
Arguably, they put the worst drivers.
Well, except for Norris.
Latifi, Mazepin, Tsunoda, and Bottas. I'll give you Norris and Russell. But jokes aside, it seems like the tickers stopped at 1 second.
Yeah, we've got an aborted launch.
I think. Are we gonna have to redo this, Blinn? Let's see.
I am not really sure. We'll let's give it a second here, but we might have to. Jose says, "No, we here," so they're not scared. They're here, maybe just a little bit shy, but now we've got some people saying hello, hello, Jose. Very nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining once again. We appreciate you guys watching and all of your support. And it looks like we've got a little bit of a spin there of Professional. A Professional's AI, and there we go. That was the longest 1 second in the history of F1.
You know why? Because it said, I'm reading the Discord, and a lot of the drivers, some of them pointed out that if you join late to the session, it delays it puts off your timer compared to everybody else. So Professional joined late, so his timer just reached 0, so his timer was off. So I wonder if he put a lap time in, I wonder if it would have counted. Because if I knew that, I could come late, 10 minutes late, and still get my full 20, and just everyone else could watch me.
Well, we'll have to try that strategy out at another race. Maybe, you know, if you join next week into the Platinum class, maybe you can try that out.
Maybe not next week, but I do plan maybe potentially doing the finale, the 100%er.
There we go.
Intriguing to me.
All right, and Jose is playing F1 Mobile during qualifying, so that was very exciting. Multitasking. Alright, so let's get ready for the race here for the Dutch Grand Prix. Circuit Zandvoort in Zandvoort, Netherlands. We're going to be doing a 50% race, 36 laps around here. Length of 4.259 kilometers, 2.6 miles for each lap. It is looking quite gray on the track right now, so maybe your prediction of rain there, Seafreeze, might actually come true. And in terms of the race lap record around here in real life, it's Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes from 2021 with a 111.097. And I tell you what, the TCR lap record from the race here in silver class was actually the fastest one so far this week. The gold class were a little bit slower, but Wienerdrank did a 111.937, so only about 9/10 off of Lewis Hamilton in real life. Let's see if anybody in the Platinum class here tonight can beat that. And this track only has 14 corners and 2 DRS zones available on the exit of turn 10 and on the exit of the last corner of turn 14 with that huge banking to deal with. And then you've got the DRS to open right on the exit. So this should be very, very exciting. Regular track limits are allowed for tonight, so we're allowing the drivers to take it a little bit onto the red and white curbs without risking getting penalties very, very quickly, which we've been doing for, I think, about a couple of seasons now, and I think it's worked out pretty well. Of course, we change it for certain tracks. I like the fact that we have it on strict for street tracks. That makes it really exciting. And yeah, so in the Platinum season, in Season 12, as we mentioned, Passassin is the Platinum champion. He is still also leading the Constructors' Championship all by himself with 249.5 points. I think he had some help in the last couple of races, though, because he had a reserve driver as a teammate. But the gap between himself and the Alfa Romeos is under 100 points. So it's still open because we've got, 3 races to go. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a maximum of 41 points available to a team during a weekend. And that's without, oh no, that is counting also the fastest lap. So pretty much we've still got over 120 points up for grabs. But if Besancin wins here tonight and the Alphas don't do too well, he might be on his way to winning that Constructors' Championship title as well in Season 12. That would be absolutely unbelievable. A one-man team winning both championships. Can you imagine that in real life F1?
Yeah.
Team Lewis Hamilton.
I would just pick Hamilton. That would probably do it. But there's only one problem, Blinn. Besacin's not here tonight, so the Alfa Romeos are going to have fewer double seat, double points possibly. That'd be great. But they're starting 8th and 12th. As far as the teams, they're kind of well spread out. Maybe the Red Bulls today look quite quick. Maybe the Aston Martins, the Alpines. Somehow McChicken got disqualified again on the formation, so maybe that's his objective tonight, to get disqualified in the qualifying, the formation lap, and the race. He just needs one more to get the slam dunk, so we'll see if he can do that. But nonetheless, this is time for predictions. So top 3, put your top 3 in the comments down below. I'm going to pick first because I like Breezy tonight in Netherlands. I think he'll get it done for P1. Bats in second. I think we're going to swap the top 2, and we're going to put Professional for third. I always slot him in on third.
Pradas, they're having some trouble on the outlap going onto the gravel on the exit of turn 7. I think that's why they're going to be one of the corners that are going to be really tricky here tonight. But looking at the tire strategies, Chargers in 11th on the medium, Chaddy in 12th on the medium, Zeppelin also on the medium tire in 13th place, and then McChicken rounds out the grid, but on a soft tire at the back of the grid there. So that could be pretty interesting. We still don't have the forecast, unfortunately, so we don't know if these guys are playing some strategy games depending on weather. But would that be exciting? That would be absolutely super exciting if we also get some rain into the mix at Zandvoort.
Especially on those banked corners. You don't want to go through there flat out. The biggest thing in here to keep in mind is watch out for the curbs. Save your battery for the home stretch, the front stretch, to do your overtaking. And make sure you nail turn 13, which is a crucial corner. Carries that all that speed to the front straightaway down to turn 1. Your 3 main things to keep in mind.
All right, I think the lights are about to go on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights are on. And the lights go off and we go racing, watching from on board with Sequid, who gets a really good start. He's already overtaken Mebi before turn 1, and he goes into turn 1 a little bit hot, and he's going to be on the outside. We have a spinner, Breezy. It's Breezy spinning, and he collected 3 cars together with him. It looks like Professional, Mebi, and McChicken, and possibly Chargers all got collected into that. McChicken gets disqualified from the session now as well. Professional is missing a front wing, so huge situation there into turn 1. So now it's Bats Plus leading the race with Sequid in second, Pradas in third, Cam up into 4th place, Stanley in 5th, F1 Racer all the way up into 6th place. He gained a ton of positions over there, and Chatty Duck bouncing into 7th place from 13th as well. Oh, but now Chatty is having a little bit of an issue. Chatty, I think, went wide through turn 7. He's got a bit of damage to his front wing as well, and he's lost positions. He's down to 10th now and under attack here from Zeppelin. Wow, lots of craziness already on lap 1. Mebi and Breezy are battling for position. Breezy has managed to recover to P9, and now he's trying to overtake Mebi through turn 12, and they're up into turn 13, and he does overtake both F1 Racer and Mebi, and now Mebi is attacking on F1 Racer and takes that position. Wow, just everything already happening here on lap 1. KGB is into the pits. I'm sure there's going to be a few other people going into the pits here. F1 Racer, Chargers, Chatty, Zeppelin, and Professional, of course, with no front wing, is going to have to go and pit as well.
Well, that's probably one of the most shocking starts to a Grand Prix as of late that I have seen. 5-6 cars all collected. Breezy and Meb down some positions. McChicken, I called it disqualified. I don't know how that happened again. And Bax is leading from Sequit and Apparatus, who are all within just a few tenths of each other. It didn't look like Breezy or Meb got any damage, which is surprising because I think Breezy went in a little too deep. Might have hit the side pod of Bax, and he just kind of went side spun and horizontal to the track and collected everyone else behind because they were starting on the front row of the grid. But it didn't look like he had any damage, as did Meb, so they're still in it, just a few seconds back. Now we got Sequit making a lead change up at front in the Aston Martin. Bax is going to let him go into turn 1. Sequit's going to be leading.
And the DRS is now enabled, so maybe letting Sequit through was a little bit of a strategic call there from Bats Plus, so he can gain the DRS. Geez, how did I forget that there for a moment? But he's going to gain DRS here on a couple of occasions throughout the lap, so as long as he sticks within that 1 second, this is giving him a tiny little bit of an advantage here. Apparatus also sticking very close to both Bats and Sequit. So this is a three-way battle here for the lead of the race on lap 3. And we have had quite a bit of excitement already. A lot of change of positions. A big incident in turn 1. Oh, and there goes Apparatus! And Apparatus smashes it into the wall. He just got onto the power a little bit too early there into the DRS zone, did a 180 and smacked the wall, and he's missing a front wing now. He lost a position to Cam, and he's probably going to lose this position now to Stanley as well.
Yeah, I think he just was pushing a little too hard, a little too early. You know, lap 3, lap 4 now. Going to have to come to the pits. The good thing is, at some point I do think a safety car is going to be coming out, so that's going to regroup the entire grid. So I wouldn't count anyone out, but 7th on back, they're just miles off the pace. It's going to be the top 6 drivers still within there or thereabouts in that front half of the group.
So Apparatus goes into the pits, changes front wing, gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane as well. And he's the first one to fit those hard tires, so he's going for this one stop, and he's going to try to get these hard tires to last until the end of the race for 33 laps. That's going to be quite a distance. So we're going to keep an eye on Apparatus and see how he does. Bats Plus is right on the back end of Sequit, and he is not letting him go ahead at all. So he's going to be sticking to him as close as possible, and they're going to have DRS enabled here, or they already have the DRS enabled. He's going to have the DRS available to him in just a moment. And with the DRS open now, not enough on the start-finish straight to make a move on Sequit just yet. But yeah, this is going to be a very long race. We still got a lot to go. We'll see if we have any incidents or safety cars that might change the situation. But for now, Sequit gained a few positions there off the start, 3 positions up into the lead. Bats Plus in second, losing 1 position back. And Cam making a few positions up into P3 as well onto the podium. But he is about 3.5 seconds back on this battle that we're watching here.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a 3-car battle. F1 Racer, we got Chargers and Chatty. That's 9, 10, 11. They all picked up damage on that opening lap. Crucially, both Alfa Romeos outside of the points as it stands right now. So that's not going to bid them well in the constructors. But there's still a long way to go. About 30 more laps around this place. A lot can definitely happen. And also, I like to highlight Bats Plus here for a moment. He last night claimed the Golden Class Championship in Season 12 as we have a retirement. Thanks, KGB, for ruining my plug. And now we got a safety car. KGB Yeah, you can see him still on track. What corner is that? That's going to be...
Yeah, he's right on the exit there of turn 9. And his car just disappeared off the track there. But looks like he spun it, smacked into the wall. And yeah, that's our safety car on lap 6. 30 more laps to go. Considering there's going to be there is a safety car, it's going to make it about 27 laps at actual racing speed. We've got a few people already into the pits there. Prattis changing strategies again. He's going to go onto a medium tire. We also have Chatty Duck and Zeppelin coming in. And I think a couple of other... Oh, Professional gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. That is not going to help his race at all. He's already in 12th and at the back of the grid. And now he's going to have a drive-through penalty to his name as well. But we're watching these leaders here. We're going to see what are they going to do. I think he might have.
This could, you know what? This could be because he entered the race late. This could be a glitch. Let me see in the race director while you keep tabs out over there. Yeah, he got 2 drive-throughs, which I know Professional pretty well. I don't think he's going to... I think he just got another one. Yeah, this is a big glitch on behalf of Professional, and that I feel so bad because he's not doing this on purpose by any means. He usually would keep and adhere to the Delta, so the game is screwing him up really bad. If he has to serve all 3 of them, that's pretty much game over. Race over.
Absolutely, and it looks like pretty much most of the grid decided to pit under the safety cars. Sequid and Bats Plus both fitting hard tires. And Cam fitting a medium, Stanley on hards, Breezy on a medium, Mebby on a hard tire. And then we've got F1 Racer and Chargers that did not pit. Prattis pitted and changed over from his hards over to a medium. He's currently in 9th place. Chatty Duck, Professional, and Zeppelin stuck out there without pitting, but Professional getting those drive-through penalties, which we think might be due to a glitch in the game. But that is very, very unfortunate for his race, and now Chatty is pretty much the only one left to try and get some points for Alfa Romeo in tonight's race. Although, I mean, if we have more incidents later on, there's a possibility that even with 3 drive-throughs, Professional could still get some points.
Yeah, either that or more people crash out. I mean, we got 2. We're already down 2 on lap 7. Yeah. I like the strategy up front, though. We have Sequid and Bats on the hard, so they're going to try to get to the end of this race. Cam right behind in P3 is on the medium, so he's going to be pressuring the top 2. And also Breezy. I think he's got the speed today, even though he had a minor error that turned into a major impact at turn 1 on the first lap. He's got the speed to do it, even from 5th. With those mediums, he's going to have that tire advantage, maybe do some overtaking, and then see how this race unfolds. So I do like Breezy and Meb now back in this battle. We'll see how this goes. But I was saying before all this happened, I wanted to shout out Bats Plus. He was doing double duty this season. He claimed Golden Class Championship last night by winning this race. So he's got a whole 50% race and a win under his belt from last night. So I think that's going to really help him out today, especially because Possassin's not here. Obviously, we're getting a different winner. So him doing last night's race is definitely going to help him in today's one.
Yeah, congratulations to Bats Plus for claiming that championship. Very well deserved. He did a pretty good job this season in the Golden Class. And right now, yeah, in 2nd place behind Sequid under the safety car. Still got lots of laps to go, 28 of them to be exact. So anything could still happen. This is Zandvoort. We saw a crazy start. We saw a couple of incidents. We have a safety car already, so anything could really happen from here. And yeah, also, I mean, Zandvoort is just a crazy track. So, oh, there we go. Safety car will be coming in on this lap. Hopefully their tires are up to temperature.
Yeah, this is going to be good, I really do think. With the tire difference right here, everyone's back within striking distance of each other. This is going to be good. Sequid up in front. Oh, and he goes now. He catches Bats Plus really early. I just don't know if the safety car was in enough time. And oh, he's saying, well, he spins it. He spins it.
Oh my goodness, he drops down to P5. He got overtaken by Breezy Stanley and Cam and Bats Plus. So Bats Plus right up into the lead of the race just like that. And now Secret has to fight off Meb and others. Oh, and we have people getting 5-second penalties for ignoring yellow flags. I'm not sure how that just happened there, but Breezy got a 5-second and Cam both got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I'm not sure if that was because they overtook people before the safety car was lifted off, because they overtook Sequid, but then, I mean, Stanley and Bats Plus should have gotten penalties for that as well. This is going to be very interesting, and Professional has retired from the session, so now we're down to only 11 drivers. And one Alfa Romeo down. Chatty Duck is going to have to try and really bring in some points in tonight's race. Sequid is attacking on Breezy as they're coming in now into turn 12. What a crazy turn of events there. Sequid just losing the back end of the car, going maybe a little bit too early before the safety car was fully in or past the safety car line, and that really hurt his race here tonight.
Yeah, this is just chaos here. Everyone's just trying to gain some position. I think Cam's going on a move on Bats for the lead.
Yeah, he gave it a try, but had to back out of it. Bats still leading the race here, but now we've got a 5-way battle for the top spots. This is absolutely incredible here. Sequid trying to fight his way through Breezy. He's going to try and stick his nose up into turn 7. That was not a very wise decision, and he backed out of it there, so that was maybe very, very good decision after all. But yeah, sticking your nose into that corner, that could have ended much, much worse than it did. And we're still going to keep an eye on this as he's trying everywhere he can. He's now going up the inside, and he's going to spin it once again. And now there's cars in his way, so he can't get back on. Maybe spins it as well and goes onto the gravel. And he's going to lose some positions, and just like that, it's Mebby and Sequid down to 10th and 11th, and now they're side by side going into the little chicane of turns 11 and 12. Wow, that is absolutely incredible. This race just keeps on getting better and better.
Yeah, now we got DRS too. I was just gonna say, if I'm driving right now in this little train, I am backing out for sure. I don't want to be in this battle, especially this early. I want to keep tabs with them, but man, every driver was running so close behind the other. Very easy to pick up some wing damage or do exactly what Sequid did, and I believe Meb had to avoid because of it. And he is retiring from this race here, so yeah, these guys have to be a little more patient through these high-speed corners. Everyone's got their own lines and different braking points. You don't want to be so close because that will trigger some wing damage or just half-hearted moves. Really, it's hard to overtake here, but you know, you got to do it down to turn 1, possibly in another area if someone makes a mistake. Stanley's under pressure from Breezy now. Nothing going just yet.
Breezy there touching the curb on the inside of turn 12 and had a little bit of a swing of the back end, but managed to catch it. Now he's going to have the DRS on Stanley. He's got a little bit of a better exit out of turn 14. He does have the advantage, and also in front of them, it's Cam going for the lead on Bats Plus into turn 1 and makes it work. And now it's Cam up into the lead of the race. Breezy and Stanley making a tiny bit of contact through the exit of turn 1, but it's still all good and clean so far. And here comes Breezy. He's going to try and get alongside here through turn 5, going into turn 6 and into 7. This is absolutely unbelievable. The drivers here are trying to generate opportunities for overtakes in places where, you know, the car will step out on you without even trying to push it. So they are pushing it, they are attacking, and they aren't afraid of anything here tonight.
Yeah, Bat Stanley on the hards. Looks like Breezy, he might go for a move here in the chicane. This is going to be a nice move indeed. He's going to have the inside line. Breezy pushes him wide. Stanley, though, really around that outside. And Breezy's practically pushing him through this corner. He's going to have a great opportunity down to turn 1. He just has to nail 13. which he does nicely. And this should be a done deal almost before the... Oh, but he's out.
Oh my God, and a virtual safety car is out, and we were watching that as it was happening. He just made a little bit of contact on the back end of Cam's car, and that spun him right out. So that is Breezy out of the race, and a full safety car is now deployed.
Len, this must be a dream or something. You gotta, like a nightmare kind of, you gotta pinch me a little bit and wake me up, because that mistake from Breezy you don't see often. Normally, you never see at all, practically. I mean, that one right there, I kind of saw that coming. There was two things. At first, you got the banking in that corner. Number two, he was a 10th behind Stanley. And number three, he was using his overtake with that dirty air right behind. Just was a recipe for a spin like that and a big crash. All he had to do was not use any overtake, and he would have had the overtake done well before turn one. So that's another half-hearted move in this field, and it just took him right out. He was in prime position, I feel like, with those medium tires, but yeah, just a little impatient, I guess. We said plenty of laps to get it done, but yeah, I don't know what triggered him to go for it, but yeah, we see a few drivers pitting off from the hard tires. Batts and Stanley probably going to put those mediums on, so they're going to lose some track position here. This might hurt their race, but they're not going to lose too many positions. This is going to promote Cam and F1 Racer towards the front. F1 Racer still 11 laps on those mediums. Remember, he pitted on one of the opening laps when he picked up that damage. Apart from that, we have Chargers and Sequit. I like this move, or at least Chargers, going on to the soft tires. Gain as much track position as possible. He'll have to pit again, but you never know with the safety cars or how this race will unfold. Might as well use some of that advantage.
Yeah, this race just keeps on developing in all these different ways that we were not expecting. I mean, we did expect some incidents and safety cars, but not from the drivers that you see retired right now. Breezy, Mebby, Professional, McChicken, KGB Black Angel. I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're down to only 9 runners right now, so everybody's guaranteed points in tonight's race. And Cam, F1 Racer, and the Pratis right now in the top 3, so we could have another brand new winner in this season. We could have somebody who's never won a race before, though Pratis has won a race before. So, yeah, maybe Cam, F1 Racer, or maybe Chatty that can still get up there as well. We've still got a lot of laps to go. We're not even halfway through.
I'll spit some F1 TCR knowledge to you, Glenn. Cam has actually won in the top class before. You just have to go all the way back to season 4. He has done a long time ago. What are we in now? Season 12?
12,
yeah. I'm pretty sure he picked up 1 or 2 wins back when he used to race with us in season 4. Remember, he just returned a few races ago. So, yeah, it's been a little while. But yeah, he definitely has that win in the book. So, yeah, other than that, you got F1 Racer, Chatty. I don't think Batts has won in Platinum before. Stanley, remember, he picked up that first win in the 100% race in the full wet in season 11 last year. Zeppelin and Chargers are also winless. Sequit, obviously a multi-time winner in this class. He probably has the most experience at the moment for at least who's left. So we'll see if he could still win this race. I wouldn't put it past. We still have plenty of laps left. He's only starting 8th, so he has to only overtake 7 guys, and he's got the speed to do it. So safety car's in this lap. Let's see how Cam will get going. Hopefully he doesn't spin off the final corner. Welcome, Tico. He says, sheesh, 5 out. Yeah, it's been a little chaotic here, Tico, so we're in for a good one here as soon as the safety car gets back going.
All right, so safety car will be in on this lap. Of course, on the first restart that we had here, it was a pretty crazy one. So are we going to have another crazy restart here? Let's take a look at the front. Looks like Cam is going to go for it now. He goes a little bit early, just like Sequid did as well. But is this going to be early enough or maybe too early? It looks like he's gone in a really, really good spot, and he puts himself ahead of F1 Racer into turn 1. Here comes Apratis on F1 Racer, and he makes it stick, and that's P2 for Apratis after the spin that he had just a few laps ago with 2 safety cars. It has brought him right back into possibly the run for the lead and the win here tonight. F1 Racer as well in P3, still holding on to a good position. Chadidak is going to try and go for a move here on F1 Racer into turn 7. No, he's going to back out of that one, and very well that he does so, because again, that has already been a problematic spot here tonight, and it's not a spot where you want to go for an overtake. But in the front, Cam is holding on to the lead by 0.8 of a second. Apratis in second. And then we have F1 Racer and Chadidak really battling it out here right now. And look at that, Chadidak with all the trouble that he's had in the race. Again, with those 2 safety cars, he's now up into P4 and possibly challenging for a podium. A little bit deep there into turn 11 and 12, but makes it stick.
Sequid went through that little chicane and just overtook Bats like he's standing still. Sequid's on a move right now. He's in 5th. Look, he's right up on Chatty now.
Yeah, Sequid wants to recover some positions as well after he had a little bit of a spin on the previous restart from a safety car from the lead. And there he goes for a move around the outside of Chatty, but that's not going to work, unfortunately, just yet. And he's going to have to stick behind that Alfa Romeo and try to go for another move at another time. Gets a little bit of a touch on the back of the car from Bats Plus. Absolutely crazy racing here in Zandvoort for round 13 of this Platinum class. And look at this, maybe Passassin, you know, with him winning so much, he has made these guys so, you know, so heated up that they want it. Everybody on the grid wants that win in Season 12 in the Platinum class.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't show up for one race, and man, everything goes bonkers, right? They actually have an opportunity to go out there and win. And Possession's not taking a Sequid now on Chatty into the chicane using the outside line. Moves over under braking nicely into P4. These guys are on a little older tires, so this kind of makes sense. He's got to clear this F1 Racer in the Haas on this straightaway, and then he's got to set his sights up for the front 2. Ooh, very close. That's where Breezy lost it. I held my breath a little bit there. F1 Racer. He's going to have to yield to Sequid into turn 1. Looks like he'll get the position. So he's a 2.5 back. And yeah, it's either Cam, Apratis, or Sequid at the moment. Those look like your top 3 as far as speed at the moment.
All of the cars are really close to each other, though. Behind them, F1 Racer, Chadidak, Bats Plus, Stanley, and Chargers all within 1 second of each other. And down the inside goes Chadidak on F1 Racer in turn 6. Absolutely incredible overtake there, and wow, that was so much bravery to try and make it stick through turn 6 or 7. Those are some of the quickest corners on this track, but Chadidak up into P4, and now Bats Plus is making an overtake on F1 Racer as well. No, he was trying to go for it, but didn't quite make it work. And then, yeah, he's under attack himself from Stanley. He's also got Chargers and Zeppelin not too far away back. So 9 drivers left in the race. Apratis just about within the DRS zone of Cam. But Cam doing an amazing job out front. Doesn't seem to be buckling under any of this pressure. Sequid 112.8 for the fastest lap of the race. Still a second away from Wienerdrank in the silver class on Tuesday with that 111.9. So a little bit of work still yet to do in tonight's race. We're on lap 19 of 36.
Yeah, my only next question I have right now is whether Cam or Apratis can get to the end, or if they're going to have to pit again, because they're on 11 and 12 lap old mediums. They're probably going to want to pit again, maybe for some softs. They're going to be really lightning quick at the end of the race. Then you have Sequid and Bats and possibly Stanley, who are probably going to go to the end on these mediums. And if Sequid can hold that track position with the pitting, he would be the net P1 if it does filter out the way that I'm thinking it would filter out.
Secret gaining time very quickly there on Prattis. He's down to 1.2 seconds. He was 1.5 just a few moments ago. And also Cam lost a bit of time on that lap. Prattis is now just 2.5 tenths away, and he might go for a move here into turn one. He's going to pick the outside line. Let's see if that's going to work for him as Cam takes the inside line there, gives him a little bit of a squeeze on the exit. They're still going to be side by side, but no, Prattis is going to jump in front as they go into turn three. And for now, it's Prattis into the lead of the race. I think he's now either the 5th or 6th leader we've had here after 20 laps in tonight's race at Zandvoort. Of course, this track is just so crazy and so difficult to drive that it has produced some really, really amazing racing here tonight. And now Sequit is within 0.6 of a second on Cam, so he's going to have the DRS available on the start-finish straight. So Sequit, after having a couple of incidents in tonight's race, still managing to recover and still in possible contention for the win.
Chargers overtaking F1 Racer for 7th. Yeah, F1 Racer, he's gonna have to pit here. He's went from 3rd or 4th all the way down to 8th or 9th now. I do suspect him to come into the pits at the end of this lap, possibly. Nope, he's stubborn. He wants to stay out. So.
Yeah, I mean, the medium tires do quite well around here, but 18 laps is a pretty good amount of laps to do on the medium tires, so they must be dying off by now. And F1 Racer definitely losing a lot of time very, very quickly, lost quite a few positions. But in the front, it's still this three-way battle. Prattis, Cam, and Sequit battling it out within about 0.6 of each other. And then we have Chatty Duck in 4th, 3.5 seconds back on 16-lap-old medium tires. And just to mention, Prattis and Cam also on 14 and 13-lap-old mediums. So they've already done quite a bit of distance on them, and they're probably got to start thinking about making a pit stop. Now, what do you put on? Do you put on another set of mediums? Do you put on a soft tire and really book it? One thing I personally noticed around here on Tuesday is the medium or the soft tire, it doesn't last. It really does not last on this track. It just eats it up within about 6 or 7 laps, and then you just really got to hang on to it to make it into your pit window. But you can't really push it for more than about 6 or 7 laps. So that's all things that these guys need to consider. The other thing is Sequit. What is he going to do when these guys in front of him do possibly pit? Is he going to pit with them and match them up, or is he going to continue on? Because his laps are 7-lap old, but 7 laps plus we've got 14 more to go. He's going to have to do 21 or 22 laps on those tires, and they're going to be completely dead by the end of it.
You know, now something Sequit might not know is exactly that, right? He might not know Cam and Prattis need to pit again. And that's why I think Sequit's going to really try and push it here and maybe make another half-hearted move. So I kind of fear for this. He's got to play it patient. He's got to realize when Prattis and Cam pitted, and I don't think he's got that information. He knows they're on mediums, but how old are the mediums now? We know Sequit probably doesn't know that. So very close to the back of Cam. That's where Breezy lost it. Prattis goes inside. Cam gaining all the time down to turn 1. Man, he pulled a gap on Sequit on that front straightaway. Might have been using a lot of that battery. But yeah, Sequit still just, you could see how he's driving. He really wants to get past Cam, and he's doing everything he can. Oh, trying to go switch back low now. Ooh.
Very aggressive there from Sequit. He's trying to create an opportunity for an overtake on Cam, but Cam doing a really good job of holding on to it. Cam does have a penalty to his name, which possibly could get removed at the end. But if he pits, he will have to serve it. And there goes Sequit for the overtake on Cam. Down into turn 12, and he makes that one stick. And that is Sequit up into P2, only half a second behind on Prattis. He's on a mission here tonight. He really wants this win. He really wants to do it before these guys make a pit stop, even if they have to. And of course, he might not have that information, as Seafreeze mentioned. So Sequit wants to make this one work, possibly on the start finish straight right now. Is Prada's going to go into the pits? No, he's going to stay out on track. Here comes Sequit with DRS with 0% DRS, no battery left at all. And Prada's going to push him wide a little bit there. And Sequit gets a little bit of a half spin, but keeps the back end on track, keeps the car on track, and keeps second position for now. But that definitely puts some extra heat into the rear tires, so he's going to have to manage that. And wow, that was very, very close. He also has no battery left whatsoever, 5%, and saving battery around here is very difficult.
Yeah, that could have ended badly. I'm quite honest when I do these commentaries. If only Sequid knew, right? He's not driving smart, especially with his battery and how he's using these tires. I don't know, maybe he would have known when these guys have pitted, just because there really hasn't been, you know, a lot of drivers on track, so you can kind of gauge when they have pitted or when they didn't pit, and what tires they're on, and all that. But yeah, he went down to 0 battery. You know, we're still lap 24. I think he should save a little bit more, and then just do an all-out attack. But still, he's using all that battery. He's down to 0% again, and Prattis equally the same. You see the light blinking in the back. And Sequit's quick right now. He sees Cam pits, so maybe he gets a little knowledge that, hey, Cam was also with the Prattis running similar lap times. Maybe now he knows that Prattis is going to pit. Maybe, I don't know. My guess is it's not gonna it's not gonna get to Sequit in time.
So Cam did pit, puts on a medium tire to finish off this race, comes out of the pits at the back of the grid in P9. In front of him, he's got Zeppelin on a hard tire, so he doesn't have to pit, but F1 Racer is on 22 laps on his medium tires, so I'm sure that he's going to have to think about making a pit stop here very, very soon. Sequit,
he almost lost it.
Oh, and Sequit is going to go for it. Sequit is going to go for it with the DRS into the chicane. And that is Sequit up into the lead of the race. I do want to say, though, it did look like there was a little bit of contact from Sequit on the back end of Prattis. So that might have been why Prattis almost lost the car there. Or it might just be those really worn-out medium tires. But that is Sequit into the lead. Prattis in second. 0.4 of a second behind. He's going to have the DRS. He also has a no battery. He's down to 4%. He's going to go down the inside as Sequit there. Wasn't really sure what he was going to do. He keeps the outside line and manages to keep the lead of the race. Very nicely done there, but very aggressive driving here tonight from Sequit. He's making it work. He's not, you know, he's not driving dirty by any means, but he's driving very, very aggressively.
Yeah, now everything he's done is quite clean. Just could definitely be, I guess, well, more put together. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is crucial for him to stay out another lap, maybe an extra lap as well, because once he sees a Prattis pit, unless he's going to the end, which with this tire differential, Sequit should be able to pull out of the DRS even without no battery. But once the Prattis either pits or falls out of that second, I think Sequit's going to feel a little bit more comfortable in this battle here. You see Chatty still 21 laps on the mediums. F1 Racer 23 laps. So they're getting close to that, hey, it's time range. So I don't know. Let's see Chatty. Chatty and Bats were battling the previous lap. Chatty stays out for another. So this could get interesting. Cam pitted, and remember, he pitted from the top 2, and look, he's 9th. I don't know if there was an issue there, or he just comes out 9th because that's where it takes you. So Prattis probably knows that. Chatty knows that. If they pit now, they're going to go all the way down to 9th. So they're maybe waiting for a safety car. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's going through their minds right now.
Yeah, I mean, strategy around here is very, very tricky. It's also a track that we have only driven a couple of times so far in a couple of seasons of TCR, so I don't think a lot of drivers have too much experience around this track compared to some other ones like, you know, Barcelona or Great Britain or something like that, where we drive it every season. You probably drive it in every single game, and, you know, you've been driving it for many, many years, but this is a brand new track. It brought on some amazing driving here tonight, some great racing, crazy incidents, crazy restart. I still can't believe that Sequid is back into the lead of the race after being in the lead and spinning and dropping it down a few positions. Sequid now also sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:12.5, so maybe once he got out of that dirty air behind the Pratis, it really helped him out. Here comes Bats Plus on Chatty Duck into turn 1, side by side they go, and Bats Plus on the outside there. He's going to keep the outside line. Oh, there's going to be some contact. That was a little bit of contact there, but Bats Plus pretty much pushes his way through into P3.
Yeah, it's a tight angle there, especially if you're Chatty. It's a very acute angle, and he did well to save that. He did a lot of counter steering to save onto that Alfa Romeo, but he did lose the battle for now, and he's still in 4th, but let's see if he can keep in that DRS. I remember the last time we raced here, I was actually racing on the grid back in season 10. We raced it, and for the first time, and Chatty did well. He was able to pit me at the end on one of the last laps for that podium, so he knows how to get around here. He might take some of that knowledge of maybe the strategy into this race now, so he might know what to do next with this 23 laps of tires. Does he come in? Does he just stick it out? Let's see what he does. He's going to stick out another lap.
But we did have F1 Racer pitting from his really old medium tires. He put on a soft, and he's back down to 9th place as well. So maybe pitting isn't really the best option here, but how many laps would those mediums really do, and how are they going to be doing at the end of the race? That is really the big question here tonight. Bats Plus still in front of Chatty, but Chatty managing to keep within about 0.4 of a second. Behind them, there's a really nice battle as well between Chargers and Stanley. These guys have been battling it out for quite a while and switching positions. So let's see how this is going to turn out. We're going to keep an eye on them. But in front, Sequid is still leading. He's now 2.2 seconds clear of Apratis in second. Bats Plus, he's at 5.5 seconds behind in third. And then Chatty Duck right on the back end of Bats Plus, and just lost that position a few moments ago. So we've still got 7 laps to go in tonight's race. Let's see if Stanley can recover this position, or if Chatty Duck can make it back onto the podium here tonight. But, oh, we've got a yellow in Sector 3, and it's Chatty.
Does he have a puncture?
I am not sure, but he had a spin, it looks like, in turn 13 or 14. He gives way to some cars there, but if that is possibly a sign of his tires really fading out, and there he goes into the pits.
Now next up would be Apratis, because he's on he's 23 laps. So it was at what, 25 laps for Chatty? Apratis in 2 more laps. Will we see the same thing, a similar mistake, or will he have it under control? We already saw him sliding a little bit earlier on when Sequid got past the Red Bull, but it looks like he's just getting into rhythm here. Bats now into 3rd position. If anything goes wrong, he'll definitely take the win here. With Apratis' tires going off, Sequid, Sequid's in great position. He can get to the end. All he has to do is just get to the end. That's really it.
Yeah, keep it together, keep it clean, don't make any mistakes, don't touch any of the curbs that you're not allowed to touch. And
yeah, the engineer gets on, right?
Yeah.
Bono, stay off the curbs.
Stay off the curbs. Yeah, exactly. So, 5 more laps to go. We're now in lap 31 of 36. Just a little bit more left here. Sequid in a pretty good position, as Seafreeze just mentioned there. Apratis in second. Bats Plus in third, 6.2 seconds behind. Chargers now up into 4th after Chatty pitted, and he is 2.9 seconds behind. And then we've got Stanley in 5th, Zeppelin in 6th, Cam down to 7th, F1 in 8th, and Chatty Duck in 9th place. So, very interesting. This could still turn out to be anybody's race. We don't really know. Apratis on those really old medium tires, is he going to make them last for another 5 laps? Is he going to have to pit? If he does pit, he's pretty much going to lose a bunch of positions. He's going to drop down to about 8th or 9th, where F1 Racer and Chatty Duck are right now. So, yeah, this is really hard to call at this moment in time. We're just going to have to wait and see.
It's also, it's a short lap time. 1 minute 10s, 12s maybe 113s earlier on in the race, but it's high load situations on these tires. It's not like you can just go around this track, you know, conservatively. I mean, if you do a lap around here, you're definitely putting wear on the tire. You can see the banked corner in turn 1 on board with the Pratis, and through turns 3, the high-speed sections in the middle part of sector 2, and then you got that banked section from 13 and 14. So you're constantly putting pressure on these tires in these high load situations, and at any moment they can really go. I know in previous games punctures were a little bit more common. These mediums seem really good on this game. They can definitely go a long time while still keeping that speed. I mean, you can see Bax is 7 seconds behind Apparatus, and he's got 17 laps compared to his 25. So we'll kind of manage that gap and see, you know, how those tires are doing.
Yeah, this has been a really exciting race so far. We've had, I think, 2 or 3 safety cars. We had some big crashes, a spin on a restart from the front by Sequid, but he's managed to recover it back. I'm still watching this little battle between Stanley and Chargers. Stanley gains a lot of time into turn 1, so in the first sector pretty much, and then he loses some in sector 2, but on this lap he looks to be a little bit closer on the start-finish straight. Is he going to go for a move into turn 1? Not quite just yet, and has to slow down a little bit there as Chargers really struggling to keep the car without spinning it out through turns 1 and 2 there. And yeah, Stanley's getting closer and closer, but he just can't make it work just yet. Now, Apparatus is now on 26-lap-old medium tires. They are, at least in the graphics, looking like they're blistering a little bit, but we don't really know how much wear he's got on them or how they're feeling. But we're going to keep a close eye on the Pratis because he is in the danger zone for a puncture. He could just possibly lose the car on one of these really fast corners. As Seafreeze mentioned, there's a lot of high-load corners on this track. And so Pratis really is tiptoeing around right now, 4 seconds back on Sequid, and 26 laps done on those tires. Absolutely incredible.
And along with the Chargers Stanley battle, you also have Cam catching up to Zeppelin, who's on those 18-lap-old hards. I remember Cam pitted from pretty much the lead of this race, first and second, and looks like he's going to get the DRS battery into turn 1. Should be job well done up until 6th position, but he definitely did not recover back to where he was initially before that pit stop. So it's definitely worth staying out and just seeing if it works, which we'll see in a few laps time with the Pratis. Meanwhile, Chargers and Stanley still going strong. They both have a lot of battery, both of them, so if Stanley wants to attack, Chargers can defend, and vice versa. So I'm just seeing how this unfolds here.
5 drivers out of the race: McChicken, KGB Black Angel, Professional, Mebby, and Breezy. Breezy, of course, having that massive spin on turn 14, smashing it into the wall, brought out another safety car at that point in time in the race as well, and promoted a lot of people into a lot of different positions. But right now we're on lap 35 of 36, only a couple more laps to go here tonight, and it's Sequid leading, Apparatus in second, Bass Plus still in third, Stanley getting ever so closer on Chargers in fourth, but he's going to have to hold on to P5 for now, and Apparatus still driving and still got air in all 4 tires on 28-lap-old mediums. Can he make it for 2 more laps or a lap and a half here? Because that's going to be incredible. That will be 29-lap-old, a 30-lap-old medium tire. If it survives, that's pretty incredible.
And looking at the biggest winners and losers of today's race, for those who are running, everyone has gained position, except Bats Plus, who started on pole position, so he's down 2. Everyone who has crashed out, like you mentioned just moments ago, they all have lost position. So everyone's moving up well, and Chargers 7 positions in the positive. Zeppelin is 6. and Sequid up 3, Apparatus up 4. So a lot of good things. Bats just lost those 2 positions. Pretty much, I would say more on strategy, because he had to do that extra pit stop, I do believe.
Yeah, and Sequid leading with 3 stops to his name, which is absolutely incredible in tonight's race. And we are on the last lap.
Yeah, we got Stanley Chargers. Now, Stanley was able to make the move. There's a little bit of a lot of contact, actually.
But that's Stanley up into P4 and a few more points gained to his name. Sequid is now rounding up turn 10. Got only 4 more corners to go to win a race here tonight, and I think he's won another race earlier in the season, possibly, or no, or yeah, possibly he did. I think he never had a win in this season yet, but that is going to be his first one in season 12. Here comes Sequid rounding up for the last time that bank corner of turn 14 and crossing the line for the win here tonight. Apparatus is going to come home in second place. Very well done for Red Bull and for Apparatus, and Bats Plus is going to be on that last step of the podium in P3. Very well done from all the drivers here tonight. Stanley in 4th, Chargers in 5th, Cam is going to be 6th, Zeppelin is going to be 7th, F1 Racer is going to be 8th, and then Chatty Duck is going to be the last finisher in 9th place. The Aston Martin on the top step. I'm sure he's going to be very, very happy with this drive tonight. He had some trouble, but he managed to recover and win. And there's Sequid doing his little horse ride onto the podium, riding his high horse, and spraying the champagne for his first win in Season 12. Very great drive here tonight, really well done. Recovered from a spin on a restart, recovered from an incident early on in the race, managed to make 3 stops and still win the race on the great strategy. And yeah, that's Sequid there for the win. Apparatus in 2nd, Bats Plus in 3rd, Stanley in 4th, Cam in 5th, Zeppelin in 6th, and driver of the day, F1 Racer in 7th, Chatty Duck in 8th, and Chargers 9th. Got a 20-second penalty there at the end of the race. I'm not sure what that was for, but he dropped 1 position. And the fastest lap of the race goes to F1 Racer with a 1:12.166. But Wiener Drake is going to hold on to the TCR lap record around here with a 1:11.9 that he set on Tuesday in the silver class. We're going to get Sequid, Apparatus, and Bats Plus into the post-race interviews, and we're going to hear from them in just a few moments. Seafreeze, your impressions with tonight's race?
Chaotic, a little more chaotic than I maybe would have liked to have seen, but I think with that chaos came a lot of good battles, a lot of good overtakes. We saw some nice ones from Sequid and Chatty Duck as well. Some nice battles all throughout, and yeah, I think it was a great race to come back to. I really do think from that off week last week. But yeah, it didn't disappoint. I'm happy Sequid got the win, getting a win in Season 12, and yeah, Netherlands, it's an underrated track, I do believe. I think it is a very difficult track, and it definitely caught a few drivers out. There's a lot of mistakes all throughout, and next week we go to Mexico, maybe a little less mistakes, a little wider of a track, less curbs. So yeah, all in all, very nice race.
Absolutely, and I did see that some of our drivers have already joined the chat here. I'm pretty sure I saw Bats Plus. He was our P3 finisher here tonight. Bats Plus, congratulations on the podium finish.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is also going to help you out quite well in your championship contention there, or at least for P2 in the championship, because you were at 94.5 points. You were about 15 points away from Breezy. Breezy had a pretty bad race here tonight, so I think that's going to jump you up there to P3 in the standings. But tell us about it from your perspective. How was the race here tonight?
I basically just tried not to crash again, and it seemed to kind of work out. but I was pretty far off the pace. So with all the safety cars that came out, I felt like I had to pit on the last safety car for mediums, or else I was just going to get jumped by a bunch of people. So I probably would have ended up third either way. So in the end, it didn't really matter. But other than that, I mean, I almost killed Sequit when he spun in the last corner under the safety car, but that was probably one of the more eventful things. And the rest, I just kind of fought with Chatty Duck for a while, which is fun.
Yeah, you managed to avoid a pretty big crash there when Sequit had that little bit of a moment, but managed to save it, managed to keep it on track, and a good P3 finish there. Seafreeze, any questions for Bats Plus?
Oh, I don't know. It was such a chaotic race, I don't remember any of it. Congrats on the P3. I don't really have any questions, no. I usually always do. Oh, actually, no, you know what? I'll give you one. No, now you're being smart. I'll give you one. Prattis was long on those tires. Did you know the condition of his tires? Did you think he'd pit? Maybe with the battling with Sequit and Prattis, do you think the win was still on for you?
Actually, that was one of the main reasons why I did pit, is because I think only two other people were on hards, and the safety car came out with like 30 laps left or something crazy. I knew people could probably get to the end, but the tires were going to be horrible. So yeah, that's another reason why I just chose to put on hards, and also pit again under the next safety car. I figured there was a pretty good chance that guys were going to have to pit again, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I just kind of hedged it.
All right. Well, congrats on P3. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Yep, thanks.
Alrighty, and moving now to, who did we have in P2? I think it was a Prattis, am I right?
It would be right, yep.
Alright, a Prattis. Well, congratulations. Good P2 finish there. Good recovery after having a little bit of a interesting start and having a little bit of issues. But yeah, tell us about it. It was a little bit hectic. How did you do?
Yeah, I think I should have qualified higher, but it is what it is. It's just you make mistakes. And then, I got pretty lucky in turn one and got all those positions, but made a mistake, as you guys saw, because Bats was looking like he was slow at the start of the race, and I'm like, I don't want to get stuck behind him, so I just got a little too eager, and it just slowly just spun. It was like, whatever. And so I just stuck with it, and it just came to be. Just people pitted, and it worked out.
Yeah, the two safety cars definitely helped out as well, closed up the gap between the cars. But Zandvoort, what a track. I mean, did you enjoy it here tonight?
I don't race it often, so to be honest, not a fan of the experience. The curbs are pretty deadly, and you got to be pretty light on the throttle, or it'll spin you around. So it's okay, but the curbs ruin it for me at least.
All right, Seafreeze, your questions for Apprentice.
So what percent were those tires at the end? Just curious.
I think it was like 70-ish.
Not
so
bad, actually. I thought it'd be higher.
Yeah, I wasn't
28 laps, I think it was on those tires.
Yeah, I wasn't pushing too hard at the end because I knew Sequit he was just quicker than me, like just how he was. So I knew I was gonna catch him again. So I just played the Bats game, and just the last 10 laps were just like, don't spin, don't spin. Let him get 5 seconds. Who cares? Do not spin, because that's all I was thinking for like 10 laps. So.
Well, there's a reason he was quicker. He had like 10 lap fresher tires than you. But yeah.
Oh, I don't know that much, but
yeah,
he had like a good race.
He had like a lot fresher tires than you. He definitely was going to get to the end. We were just wondering whether you would get to the end. Yeah, it was a good finish. Your first podium since race 6. So it's been quite a long time. Final 2 races. How do we string together a few nice results here?
Just be more consistent. I think I have the pace. If I just put in a little bit of practice and then just don't spin, and I think I can get good results. But that's racing.
There you go. Good job.
Congrats on P2.
Right answer.
Yeah, good luck for the last couple of races.
Yeah, take care, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Alrighty, and then we've got Sequit in the Aston Martin doing an incredible race here tonight. Well, Sequin, you had a great start. You jumped up a couple of positions there, or one position right off the start. Had a really good first stint. You were putting on some great pressure. Jumped into the lead before the safety car came, and then you had that big spin under the safety car. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just faster than everybody, so I just went to the field. I don't really remember the spin. I was just eyes on the prize. Because nobody had pace today for some reason. I was confused as to what I was driving, because I don't know what happened to, like, I just had hella grip. Just was on it today. I don't know. I don't really know, but it was weird. I felt like it was too good to be true, but I guess I'm just that good. I don't know.
Well, I
didn't even practice. I didn't even practice.
I was gonna say, you know, what I really think won it for you here tonight is that third pit stop that you made, because you had those fresher tires, and that was pretty much the difference right at the end of the race there. And of course, you had the pace throughout the whole race, anyways. But it was a crazy one.
I disagree. I had to go through the field on those things. I was dead last at the safety car restart. It would have been one thing if I would have gone there and led and finished the race 16 seconds ahead, but I passed everybody and then blew them out. So that's how I know I was on pace today. I don't even know. I don't even know, guys. That was
definitely on the roll, yeah. We can
check.
feel the energy there. Great stuff. I mean, congratulations. Seafreeze, you want to ask some questions for Sequit?
Yeah, well, good race. You definitely was on something tonight. You said in PM that you would race tonight, but you were not quick enough. But I'll race.
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about that, brother. I don't know what happened. I promise. I literally just the car was on it.
Well, that's a compliment. I'm not dissing you. You know.
No, I know. I got you.
We can talk about it. Let's talk about it. So,
all right. You want to talk about? Let's go for it.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're here for.
I got you.
Yeah, no. First race win in season 12. The beginning of the season, you came in as more of a reserve driver, and you kind of were playing the quiet, I'll just kind of show up and get my points, which you were doing a really good job at. And now coming here with the win and being all cocky, I love it. I think it's great. So keep it
I
up.
gotta be tired. I didn't practice and blew out the field by 20 seconds and passed everybody.
You know what?
I don't know what's going on today.
You should let the Platinum drivers know that.
I am going to let the Platinum boys know. They gonna see. They know who's Daddy's back. With the Daddy's back. That's what happens. Well, you got me messed up.
Although the only thing that could backfire for you is they're going to point out that spin on the safety car. What happened over there on the banked corner?
Hey, they could point out the spin all they want. I still won the race. I mashed the throttle a little bit too much. I didn't just being blatantly honest. I tried to get away from bats on the restart. I had so much grip and confidence in the last corner, as you saw. I gained like 3/10 on everybody for that corner, and I just mashed the ERS and spun it. I thought I was out, but once I realized I got no damage from that, because I guess I'm just a boss like that. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Everybody else got damage, but I just luckily had no damage, and it was like God was like, just go for it. I don't know. It was weird.
Awesome.
Weird race, but I'm happy. Took a dub.
Well, there you go. Get out of here. You should be happy about it, for sure. I think that's Aston Martin's first win in Platinum class, so congratulations
indeed
on that.
I was going to say that. Thank you for mentioning. Appreciate it.
I like that green, that nice green on that top step. It looks very nice, so good job.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. See ya.
All right, congrats again to Sequit, congrats to Bats Plus and the Pratis as well for the podium finishes here tonight. It was a crazy race. If you guys missed out on it, definitely make sure to go back and rewatch this one, because there was some really incredible overtakes, great battles, a couple of really crazy incidents as well. We've mentioned a couple of them here already in the post-race interviews. But that was round 13 out of 15 this season, so we've only got 2 more races to go. If I'm not mistaken, we've got Mexico next week, or is it USA?
Mexico.
And
then, we get the finale, the 100% race.
Yep, and that's going to be at COTA, USA. It's going to be a really, really fun one. We've run that track a few times already in this season. It's always delivered some great racing as well. But yeah, this is it for this week of Trendy Competitive Racing. We've done silver, gold, and platinum here tonight. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Send in some more comments or leave comments on the video after if you're watching it later. We really appreciate all of your support and all of you guys joining here tonight. We will see you next week on Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as always, and that's going to be the silver class kicking things off for next week in Mexico for round 14, and that's going to be the penultimate race of the season. So definitely join us then. Seafreeze, I want to say a huge thank you to you for joining me in the booth once again.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Alright, and yeah, that's it from us here tonight. Thank you guys again for watching and for all of your support. Check out the links in the description to our website and also to our affiliate sponsors, Fanatec. Check out all of that. But we will see you guys next week on Tuesday and then Wednesday and Thursday as well. So see you guys next week. Have a great night.